DeLon Wright was one of Kyle Kuzma's teammates back in college. And for me, look, defense is key for the Washington Wizards' success. The Wizards had a 25th ranked defense last season, and in part because they couldn't stop dribble penetration by guards on the perimeter. At 6'5", DeLon Wright is a big old perimeter defender at the point guard and shooting guard position, and he has a knack for forcing turnovers. He's also a solid three-point shooter, having shot at 38% from deep last season. And meanwhile, the Wizards were 30th out of 30 teams in the league last year in three-pointers made. And understandably, Kyle Kuzma, who is DeLon Wright's former University of Utah, the Utah Utes teammate, has a perfect pitch, and he knows what I can do, and that was his recruitment pitch for DeLon Wright, he said. And look, let's talk about it. And I think it's interesting because what we do know is, look, let's look at this Wizards roster and let's talk about what they've got. What are they working with? What can Wes Unseld take from this ball of clay? Bradley Beal, Kristaps Porzingis looking like his young self, and even Anthony Edwards called Kristaps Porzingis the best rim protector in the NBA. Will Barton, more offense. Kyle Kuzma, he's kind of their Swiss Army knife. Monte Morris, more offense. So I expect Monte Morris and DeLon Wright and Johnny Davis to be the point guard rotation, while I expect shooting guard to be Bradley Beal, with probably a little bit of Johnny Davis there too as the backup, with small forward most likely this coming year. I personally think they're going to run, Kyle Kuzma at power forward and Kristaps at center, with Daniel Gafford as the primary backup big man, unless they're confident Vernon Carey can be the backup big man and then run Gafford in the starting lineup. But I personally think Gafford backup big man, play him 20 minutes a night, 25 at most. Kristaps starts, and he sometimes will play power forward and share the floor with Gafford. But Kyle Kuzma and Porzingis is the starting lineup. Then at small forward, I'm in the mind of Denny Avdia, then Corey Kesper, Rui Hachimura being the backup power forward for Kyle Kuzma, Daniel Gafford the backup center. Okay, that allows you to have all these different looks of keeping the size on the floor at all times, while the starting lineup with Denny Avdia, Kristaps Porzingis, Kuzma, and those three guys, I think they can hold up the defensive side, while Bradley Beal, if he tries, he's actually a plus defender, and Monte Morris would be your worst defender in the starting lineup. Then the second unit, if it's DeLon Wright, we assume Johnny Davis, Rui Hachimura, Corey Kesper, and Daniel Gafford. That way you have, I guess you would say, DeLon Wright, Daniel Gafford, and hopefully Johnny Davis or Rui Hachimura can improve defensively to help those two guys on there. And that way you at least always have two defenders on the floor who are good at defense, which I think is important for this team and to have success, because I think we can all agree defense was always the problem. And it sucks that we have to say that, but legitimately that was always the problem. And it was just in my opinion, a result of we just couldn't guard the perimeter. We couldn't guard the perimeter. And it was almost depressing how bad we were at guarding the perimeter, to the point that I didn't have we started the year off so hot. Denny Avdia was cooking with gas. Denny Avdia, and he's also training with Drew Hanna, who's trained like Jason Tatum and Joel Embiid, Paul George, basically every good NBA superstar who broke out the following season after working out with this guy, and Denny Avdia is working out with him. So first off, that's something to be stoked about, guys, that our boy is getting work with one of the better NBA trainers, which is very important, and people don't realize how important that actually is. So I think that's something that's going to be overlooked. But man, when I look at this, I just think this is a team that could be so good. Okay, and I think personally they have the offensive pieces, they have the talent to be a top 5 seed in the East. Maybe I'm overexcited, but I really do think with Beal and Porzingis plays like he was to close out the season last year. He literally looked like New York Knicks Porzingis. He was also dishing out a career high, almost 4 assists a game. Okay, they're literally using him like Nikola Jokic, and people were like, Kristaps isn't a good passer. Well, guess what? Wes Unseld realized that he was actually a good passer that no one took advantage of. And I think we're going to see Kristaps Porzingis have a career high in passing. But this is defense. Kristaps Porzingis looked like the rim protecting demigod that he used to be before he went and had his talents wasted in Dallas. And that's what I'm saying. I think this is a team that people don't realize how good they are and that they should be paying attention. So I want to hear your thoughts.